All right, happy Thursday, everybody. It is time for the daily broadcast. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. Glad you guys are hanging out with us here in the Arctic Air Studios. Brought to you tonight by Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com. You got NFL action tonight. You got Texas Tech basketball, A&M Corpus Christi in town. Tech trying to go 3-0. Good night to get some pizza. You need the app. Get the app for Domino's. Got great coupons and whatnot on there. It's awesome. You should do it. You know you should do it. You're going to do it. All right. We'll let the early arrivals get in. You know what to do on a Thursday night and every other night. If the audio is good, the video is good. Give us thumbs up, hearts, and everything else. Then share this with your friends. If you are on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. If you're on X, get help. You're doing drugs. If you're on Twitter and YouTube, use the United Supermarkets text line 806-772-0197, just like the radio show. Easiest way for you to get in. We use a multi-streaming platform, which means it's impossible to see all of the comments come in at one time. So the United Supermarkets text line, your tailgating headquarters for this weekend, the final home game for Texas Tech, 2.5-point favorites going in to the game as of right now. All right. We're getting some folks settling in, as I see, across the vast landscape of West Texas and America, ready to talk Texas Tech sports. Yeah. Where'd that come from? Texas Tech sports and otherwise. Let's do it in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day there. Question of the day waiting for you, Raiderland hot links and more. You also find our commentary, 60 seconds of Raiderland, and it's never 60 seconds. That's kind of the running joke that we call it that. So check it out every day there at TheRaiderland.com. Coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios. If your air gets too Arctic here this winter, you need to call the bear. CallTheBear.com. All right, what do we want to do tonight? We got Tech basketball. We can discuss that if you want to. Thank you. The video is excellent. That's because I'm on the video, Bob. If I wasn't on the video, it would not be excellent. We can talk Tech basketball as they try to go to 3-0, where the RPI is right now, which is top 50, which is really good. It probably hadn't been this high this early in many a year on the Hoops HD nitty gritty, and we follow two sites on this: Bracketville.wordpress.com, Dave Almond and Chad Sherwood's Hoops HD, and by playing San Jose State, one single game in November, it sets you up, if you can keep on winning, to have the metrics exactly where you want them. You got to win. You got to win the games. But I'm telling you, most people didn't even think about it the other day. San Jose State, whatever. Yeah, it's a much better team and a much better opponent than you have played the last several years in non-conference play for the most part. That's why you're sitting there. I think it's at 49 today going into this game tonight. And there's going to be still some wild early swings on that. But you would much rather be having those swings with your team in the 40s than in the 90s or the 110s, which is where Texas Tech has been a lot of times for the month of November over the last 4 or 5 years. So that's a good thing tonight. We'll see what the team does. Hey, shoot it a little better long range or don't shoot it long range. It's maybe too early it's way too early to make huge value decisions on this, but right now you're not a very good three-point shooting team other than Pop Isaacs, so maybe don't shoot it as much. Go inside to Washington, drive the basket. Good things happen when you take it to the hoop. Make them foul you. Get to the free throw line. Go hit 75% of the free throw line tonight. Attempt more free throws. No. Let's not do that. Let's make more free throws than the opposition attempts tonight. Let's see if you can get some of those numbers working for you. So we'll look at that. The other news today, and we may or may not hang out a long time tonight. I don't know. Just hideous sinus issues going on right now. I mean, it's my nose is running, my nose is stopped up. I can't get right. Anything I take that actually happens to make it a little bit better to breathe right now just immediately makes me want to lie down and go to sleep. Otherwise, I have a splitting headache. So I apologize in advance. It's going to be up to you guys to make it happen. Texas Tech and Adidas make it official. It's going to be a 10-year deal. Looks like $5 million, maybe on an annual basis, money on that, plus the product and everything else. It ends a long-term agreement, long-time agreement with Under Armour. It worked when it worked. There were a lot of times Under Armour didn't work for Texas Tech. Texas Tech was the good soldier. Texas Tech didn't complain too much publicly. Privately, you could get almost any coach and every coach at Texas Tech to rail against the Under Armour deal at any time over the last decade or so. So now you go Adidas. Good. Yay. You've got the face of the NFL in Patrick Mahomes behind you. You've got Aberg, one of the top young golfers in the world, behind you on that front. So it's a great day. They make it official. Adidas, a much better deal than Under Armour. Now, you guys are going to have to, I guess, switch over. You don't have to. You can keep wearing your under. You don't work. This. I need to point this out real quick for some people. You as a fan don't work for Texas Tech. Therefore, you can wear whatever Texas Tech apparel you want to. If you want to wear your Under Armour stuff, you can wear your Under Armour stuff. If you've got old Tech Nike stuff, which I think all of mine is finally gone. Boy, that was a pain when Tech, when I was doing Lady Raider basketball, and Tech went from Nike to Under Armour back then. Good grief. That was a pain. But you don't work for Tech. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Don't worry about it. I heard one guy bemoaning today, I'm going to have to change all my kids' stuff over. Your kid doesn't work for Tech. Your kid doesn't work for Tech. You keep wearing whatever you want to wear. Damon is joining in. Gary joining in. Damon with a late helmet sticker to the late Ken Squire. Amen. The voice of motorsports, not just NASCAR, but really American motorsports from the 1970s on. I would put him and Chris Economaki in the same level. We lost Economaki several years ago. Ken Squire passing away last night. He was a huge advocate for NASCAR, obviously most notably associated with NASCAR. Plus, he played himself in the movie Stroker Ace. What more do you need? Just once. Just once, I wish you guys would give us the real story. So, yeah, one of the best ever. And sadly, I never got to meet him. As far as I know, in the years that I covered NASCAR and was covering events at Texas Motor Speedway, Ken Squire was not on property at any time I was there. If he was and I didn't meet him, I feel really bad. But just one of the best. One of those unique voices. Him, Barney Hall from MRN. I would put in that same category. I mentioned Chris Economaki. Allison, you wear the big time sports football gear. They won't stop you. Absolutely not. Big time sports with the whole, looks like Gumby, damn it. The logo was Gumby. They're in 2000, 2001. Big time sports getting a reference. Hi there, Jamie. Hi there, Chris. Glad you're watching. See, I think it's a great thing that Texas Tech goes with Adidas, that for the next decade, there will be, things can change, but you'll have the probably most notable face in all of the NFL, which means you have the most notable face in all of professional sports, in all of sports in America, in Patrick Mahomes. You can't really go wrong with that. And they do pretty good gear, I like the football unis they did this year for Kansas. I hope they will give Tech, not give Tech because it's up to Tech. People blame Under Armour and the uniform people. They do what the schools tell them to do. So Texas Tech has allowed the uniforms to look like crap over the last 20 years. Texas Tech has gone down the road with that willingly. It's not Under Armour's fault. It's not anybody's fault but Texas Tech. But maybe this will serve as a reset button, and Tech will come in and say, you know what, this is how we look. One of the biggest problems I had with Under Armour is they made you look like Under Armour and not Tech. But Tech let them do that. Tech let them utilize Under Armour font instead of Texas Tech font. It's on the basketball court. It's on the Jones Stadium in the end zones. That's not a Tech font, and that's Tech's fault. So maybe somebody now will have the cojones enough to stand up and say, we're going to look like Texas Tech now going forward again. And that's okay. And you're going to pay us $5 million or whatever it is a year to do it. We have football coming up. Anybody aware of this? Tech's trying to get bowl eligible Saturday. 2.5-point favorites. I think the line's wrong. I think the line's 5.5. Should be 5.5. Yeah, Damon talking about going back to NASCAR. It's a PRN track. All the SMI tracks are PRN. And I love the PRN people are great, absolutely great. And the MRN people would still be there, but you wouldn't get the full crew. Like you only might get one or two people from the MRN crew that would come in and they would staff the race for MRN, but you wouldn't get the full deal. So that kind of stunk. And I had a lot of I'd like to say I still have quite a few professional friends and otherwise on both PRN and MRN. But yeah, you wouldn't get the whole like Barney Hall, Eli Gold. They weren't coming in during that time frame. That's too bad. But still, a lot of great people, a lot of cool people that I got a chance to meet over the last 15 plus years or how many years, since I started covering some stuff in there. Kelly hanging out, he's watching. What he doesn't know is we're watching you, Kelly. So Texas Tech football, I think they should be a 5.5-point favorite in this game. I would, if you told me right now the line was 5.5, would you take Tech? Yeah, I think Texas Tech can win this thing by 6. A couple of field goals here and there. Maybe the old missed extra point, whatever that throws it in. We got a lot of different scoring scenarios now in college football, so the old 3, 6, 7 numbers aren't quite as rigid as they used to be. But with everybody sitting there at 2.5, I'm going, okay, why? Well, it's pretty simple. It's recency bias, and everybody around the country watched that Oklahoma State game with UCF. It was televised, and everybody saw it, and they saw UCF look great, man. Oh, they look great. Well, that's the annual no-show by Gundy. It's also an Oklahoma State team that didn't even have the right cleats to play on a wet grass field in Orlando. That's a different scenario coming in. Tech wearing black, red, black. They're virtually unbeatable in that combo since 2011, says Alan, who tracks that, by the way. Tracks the combinations. What do I think of the WWE joining Big 12? Is it just football? I think so. The announcement today that they're doing some cross promotion with the Big 12 championship game and that the player of the game will get a WWE championship belt. Brett Yormark strikes again, baby. He knows the pulse of the American people. He knows the pulse of the young people. He knows that every team now has sideline swag, has turnover chains, has this or that, has belts. You got crap you got to wear. It's just stupid. I hate it. And the kids seem to like it. So is that a home run to have a WWE championship belt tied in, cross promote marketing with one of the hottest things for the under 30 crowd? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I don't know what's up. What's up, Weston? Are you up? I guess you're up. You're watching this. Yeah, it's huge. 100% huge for the Big 12 to partner up with WWE. And really, it's huge for WWE to partner up with the Big 12. And we can laugh and make fun, oh, they're doing a belt and all this. No, man, that sells. I don't have to like it. I'm not the target demo. You not be the target demo. Doesn't matter. The target demo likes it. We're talking about Texas Tech basketball now. No one's talking about Texas Tech basketball. Strictly verboten. In fact, we're not allowed to talk about Texas Tech basketball. I got a strongly worded memo, Weston, the other day from a guy named Herbie Kotut, and he said you can't talk about basketball. Alan, replica Big 12 WWE belts at a truck stop near you this Christmas. I hope so. What kid would not want to wake up with the official WWE Big 12 belt? By the way, you can get it on the United Supermarkets text line, 806-772-0197. If you want to get your thoughts posted on this, that, or anything else. Texas Tech football, basketball tonight. Talked early on basketball. Just the basic things. One win by 10. The line's 24.5. Wouldn't touch any of those early season for the most part. These non-conference lines, I don't even think there's a total. Texas Tech, by the way, for the first time since the 1950s, holding first two opponents under 50 points. Pardon, I'm trying not to sneeze. I'm not going to sneeze. I think I got away with it. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And you're not even playing the no middle defense. Who knew that was possible? That in 2023 you could just play defense. You could come over the top on some picks. You could go underneath on some. You could switch. You could not switch. You could play defense. Get shooters. They're getting 3-point shooters really good first two games. I don't have a complete breakdown on A&M Corpus Christi. It doesn't look like they're just a tremendous 3-point shooting team. So if they go off tonight, that's probably a bad sign. But right now, it doesn't look like it'd be all that good. So hold them under 30% long range. I'd take that. No middle of the conference defense, he said. A snarky person would say, Alan Corbin. So yeah, you take that, you go get the win. I mentioned Tech not shooting well the first couple of games from three. Yeah, okay, maybe you're not good at that. Work it in. Get to the line a lot tonight. It's non-conference games. It'll be ugly. They'll call a lot of free throws. They'll call a lot of fouls. They'll send you to the line. Talking about the officials, they typically do that. So, go live at the line. Make more than the other team shoots. Turnovers. I try again the first few weeks of the season to read in team you're playing, pace of game, the hully-gully nature of it, and then everything else and go, okay, I'm not really going to worry about a lot of turnovers unless it's my guy who's turning it over. And by that, I mean, if it's my point guard, if it's my one or two guys that I know are going to handle the ball a lot, and they're negative on turnover to assist. And sometimes it's hard to get assist in some of these games, by the way. Again, get me through the end of the month, and we'll start looking at some of this. But you'd like to clean up the turnovers tonight, too. And then finally, if you are just tuning in, Texas Tech making it official today, unanimous Board of Regents approval. Tech and Adidas go down the aisle from here on out. I assume everybody's happy with this. I assume everybody's good with this. Actually, I probably should assume that most people just really don't care that much. But it does seem to matter quite a bit, and it looks like you're going to get a better economic deal on this all the way around. 74-54, so that's not a cover. No injuries. Get ready for next week to win 2 games in the Bahamas. Start off there with Nova on the 22nd, and then are those other 2 games set in stone, or does that depend on you win or lose? I think that's a depend on you win or lose where you funnel. You get 3 guaranteed games, but I do think it's you win, you get so and so or whatever. So I don't have the schedule in front of me that would tell me exactly whatever at that. Hey, go beat Nova. You're fine. Probably get another one on that. Yeah, you go 2 or 3 out there. Take it in a heartbeat. Brought to you tonight by Domino's Pizza, by the way, Domino's.com. Also get the app, put it on your phone. They talk about hotspots and different ways to get it delivered. I mean, you can just literally just enter in a not a random address. It would need to be where you are. Your wife is out shopping, and you're like, this is okay. Just meet me here. I'm in this car. Bam. They show up. You get out. It's like a crazy drug deal, but it's for pizza. And you can do that with the app. And you can get great discounts and great coupons, as we used to say. Now you don't have to get the old Word magazine or the University Daily or the Daily Toreador and cut out the Domino's. It's on your phone. It's pizza ads. Back of the phone book. We probably had 25 phone books at any given time in any of my apartments or houses back in the day that, you'd hoard them. You'd steal them, man. Get those pizza coupons. That and dry cleaning. It was like, pizza and dry cleaning coupons. I guess, do dry cleaners still do coupons? I guess they do because they ask me if I have any, and I'm like, no, I don't have the heart to say I don't even know where to get one. Like, where do you get them now? They exist. Best Spike Dykes experience I had. What a weird ass random question that is. I'm not going to answer that tonight. Maybe another time. That's too out of left field. Like experience, the Spike Dykes experience. That sounds like a band that would have been playing like on Thursday nights at Santa Fe Mexican food restaurant upstairs, Long Island iced teas, $1. before you go out. Come on out and see the Spike Dykes experience tonight. How many total points Tech need to score to beat UCF? One more than them. I think you can beat them. The total right now is what, 59.5? So that gives you around a 30-point range. I think if you told me right now that Tech scored 31, I'd feel pretty good. I really would. If you told me they scored 34, I'd feel really good. 35 or above, I'd feel good. I got this at a 5.5, so it's a 2 field goal spread, give or take. Tech needs 28 to win on Saturday, says Alan. They'll get more than that. 34-28. I can see that. I can see a 34-28 type game, or 33-27, that neighborhood. I don't think it's a dead under like I thought last week. And we got there dead under last week. Not the way I thought we'd get there at all, but we got there. I think the total's probably right. Just think the side's a little off there. Who do you think delivers the belt, the Freebirds, or the Rock? It's got to be Yormark. Like Yormark in a singlet or something. He's got to deliver the belt. That would be cool, though. I don't know. Okay, so it's like way out of my deal. WWE today, WWE yesterday, WWE forever. I don't even know like who the big guys are right now. So don't get me going. 38-23 Tech, yeah. Guess Malzahn experience be fun for Tech Saturday night. David Gibbs, DC for UCF. Turnover margin not good. Yeah. Not surprised. Does Friendship beat Southlake? No, I don't think Friendship will beat Southlake. Good Lord. Anybody see what Brock was doing to Muleshoe tonight? Can we have a moment? Can we have a moment about Texas high school football playoffs? And we don't need 4 teams advancing out of almost any division other than 6A and maybe 5A, but certainly 4, 3, and 2A. We don't need that many teams advancing. It doesn't make for good situations. Now, Brock is that good, but a team out of my son's district got beat 70-0 tonight, and they won last week, which was pretty amazing. But we don't need that. Alan, I'll get a tattoo if Friendship beats Southlake. Well, what'd you get, a tattoo of Bobby Davis? What was the ultimate Friendship tattoo? It had to be Bobby Davis and David Collier, I think, on that. Be a good tattoo. Maybe Donnie Hart. Maybe a Donnie Hart tattoo, or a Chad Reynolds tattoo. Storm Murray. Off the United Supermarkets text line. Loving the show. Listen to you and Don back in the day at Tech. We're old. Yeah, well, I don't know how old you are. I know how old I am. On the Adidas deal, any clue what hypothetical dollar figure deal goes for? $5 million minimum. Always wonder how that works. It's always different. P1, Kentucky, and big deal. If it had to go to the Regents, that's a transactional value, as I understand it, of a minimum of $5 million in the contract. Each school gets a different amount of money. Each school gets a different allotment. Each school is totally different on what they give you and how they give it to you. As I understand it, this will pay Tech more money up front and be better product availability. So there you go. What mythical trophy should UCF and Tech play for? Nothing. No trophy. It is okay to just play a football game, and you play to win. You play to win the game. Play to win the game. You don't need a mythical trophy. You don't need a non-mythical trophy. You don't need anything. You don't need a damn trophy. It ought to be enough that you only play 12 of these. How about you go win it and you don't need a trophy? Why do we need a trophy for everything, Jared? Are we in this everybody gets a trophy mentality? Is that where theirs is coming from? Are you part of that generation? We all got to get a trophy. We got to play for a trophy. Everything's special. Everything is not special. Every game is not equal. Every game is equal in the win column. But every game doesn't deserve a trophy. And quite frankly, UCF and Tech can play every year for the next 100 years, and I don't give a rat's ass, and it doesn't need a trophy. Although I do love the fact that UCF and Houston are in this little spat over which one is Space City. Dana Holgerson. Nobody says Orlando, we have a problem. He has a good point there. The interim head coach at Houston, Dana Holgerson, making a good point. This isn't the Big Ten where every team has a participation trophy. Absolutely. I like Dana's comments. Yeah, there you go. Don't call it Orlando. We have. I see we're thinking the same thing right there, Jared. Two people thinking the same thing, not knowing it. That's scripture right there, man. It's stuff. No, the whole trophy thing leaves me cold. So you don't need one. Your trophy is you get a W, not an L. There you go. That's the trophy. Hi there, Glenn. Glad you finally made it. We've been waiting for you. Everybody, welcome Glenn into the proceedings. 806-772-0197. Tailgating headquarters, check. United Supermarkets, there. Beef. By the way, you can take ready-made meals to tailgates and it's okay. In fact, it's pretty cool. Tech has put more astronauts in space than UCF. Hi there. Well done. Good call. Tech, astronaut U. Okay, that would be really interesting. Somebody's going to have to do this. Which Big 12 school has put more people in space? Right? Which Big 12 school has actually had more astronauts? I like saying astronauts. Caitlin Butts and the Astronauts. Great backup band name. Wonderful little singer there. Tech would have to be up there. Tech's got at least 3, right? We have Willie, yeah. Rick Husband. Well, actually, did Willie McCool go to Tech? I don't think he went to Tech. He was from Lubbock, but he didn't go to Tech. Rick Husband was a Texas Tech graduate. Bernard. Oh, feel bad now. He's an astronaut, and I just blanked out on the full name. Got at least 2. Texter out the United Supermarkets text line. My dad was looking for a parking spot at Dan Law. Spike came up to his window and gave him a spot. He was just a genuine good gentleman. Well, yeah, he probably sold him the spot. You didn't get the full story. Spike was making money. Yeah, McCool. Did he go to Annapolis or did he go to the Air Force Academy? Went to Annapolis? Yeah. Yeah, Willie McCool. He graduated from Coronado the year we moved to Lubbock, and my dad started coaching at Coronado, so I missed that. Scared of the UCF offense? Don't be. Hope they have an Okie hangover. There's no reason to be scared of that offense. You blank on Bernard's name or space on Bernard's name. What you did there, C. Yeah. Thinking we're missing one. There's another one. Oh well. How many Big 12 schools have United States Army bases named after their graduates? How many got on that? Even though I disagree with how it came about, General Cavazos can won. So it's got to count for something. Tech basketball tonight. I'll take the win. I don't know if they cover the 24.5. I wouldn't be surprised if that sneaks down to 22 or 23 when it's all said and done. As I've said, and I've been adamant about this, I like Tech minus 5.5 or better. So if you're seeing a 2.5 hanging out there, I think that's a real tasty number right there. Why not? I mean, it came down to a GS Garcia field goal. You feel pretty good, I think, about that as you look at Texas Tech going into the weekend. And am I discounting UCF? No, I'm not. I'm discounting what they did against Oklahoma State because I put more of that on Oklahoma State than UCF. Last chance, get your questions in, comments in. If we've missed anything you wanted to discuss tonight, that's fantastic. We're glad we missed it. No, I mean, I'm sorry. You can bring it up right now. Is it confirmed that a UFO will perform the the band UFO will perform, is what I'm being told. And we'll have 5 million drones. I still can't get enough of the drone footage. You know? That drone show. We need more of those. But remember, it's illegal if you fly your drone over Jones Stadium. Just a random drone, you do that, that is illegal. You can't do it. All right, we got to say goodbye to everybody on Twitter X and on YouTube. End the stream, yes. Are you sure you want to end the stream? It asked me again. Yes, we're going to end the stream. And